Hello, sir. Sorry for the disturbance.
Okay,
We can start the session, sir.
okay, we'll
Uh,
start.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
Hello.
sir.
Good
Okay.
evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I, I think the people who participate for the workshop understood there are many documents, bidding documents we should prepare for procurement of works, goods, and non-consulting service uh, and the different methods of procurement. Basically, we have three methods: request for quotation or shopping. So either works or goods or service. It's a simplified version or very simple document. We don't use common jargons we use in NCB or ICB. That is not big. But when you come to NCB or ICB, goods, there may be direct goods or goods, complicated or complex goods, something like that. And also information system, maybe under national computer bidding. And works also, NCB level, we can use. Same under works, maybe design and build work is also coming under a national computer bidding. But generally, very high level procurements we discussed today, design and build under ICB, International Computer Bidding Method. In addition to design and build, normal works contract, we award, we procure through International Computer Bidding. The difference is we prepare the design. Our office prepare the design and contractor has to submit the bid for his prices for BOQ items. That is our normal works. But under design and build, the contractor is responsible for design part also, right? So there is another aspect of works, EPC, engineer, procure and construct, and turnkey. We'll discuss in the next time if we have the opportunity. EPC and turnkey, and also various other application like BOOBOT projects. Under construction, we can do under PPP also, private public partnership. So those are a little bit complicated one. Our concern is construction work under design and build first part. The second part we discuss ICB level goods, that is called supply information installation commissioning of plant complex goods. That is also a different works. Basically it's considered as a works because it's plant. So not is good works again, but a different aspect of bidding document. But common thing we understood when I said the procurement entity is responsible to prepare the bidding documents. Under procurement agency, now we have a dedicated division called procurement management division. These people are basically responsible to prepare bidding documents. If we have standard documents, it is quite easy. In case that the discussion today, design and build, we have a standard document issued by design. Supply installation, actually we don't have a document, so we'll have to use international document. When we use international document, we have to be careful to generalize or customize to our requirements. Turning back to design and build again, Oh, the common features I said, we repeatedly mentioned, because at the end of this workshop, you should be able to do some good work or good exercise in preparing bidding documents. Uh, because the common feature is, other than the shopping methods, NCB or ICB, there's a common set of documents we can see. For example, everywhere we can see invitation for bid, IFB, or the donor agency, they use request for bid, RFB, whatever the word, that is the invitation. That is a common. So we discussed earlier uh, what are the essential information we should include in the IFB, right? It is common to design and build also. Other than that, the common contents like instruction to bidders, bid data sheet, then specification or drawings or plans, uh, or employer's requirement, something like that we should prepare. Then we come to the general condition and come to special condition or particular condition or contract data. Then come to bidding forms and contract forms. There are various bidding forms. There are number of contract forms. I said some of the documents are standards. We should not worry, but some will have to pay our attention and uh, insert required details in the document. Number one, invitation. You'll have to insert your data. Number two, bid data sheet. Number three, specification, employees requirement or whatever. That is we have to give the requirement. Next one is particular condition or contract. That's all. That's all. That is the beauty of this these sessions. If we use a document, standard or customized document, these things are there. So what you'll have to insert is relevant data you'll have to include in the relevant sections, as I mentioned. I am telling again to recall your memory. We cannot change the ITB, but we can write anything in the bid data sheet, change in the ITB. If we don't change, that governs as it is. ITB governs as it is. Therefore, if we have to read carefully whether ITB is relevant to us. If not, we'll have to write in the bid data sheet. And again, I mentioned the workshop day also. In general, bid data sheet discusses how the bidder will submit the bid and how we are going to evaluate bids, how we are going to award the contract. That's all. All the information we should give bidders to submit bids and various information related to submission and our evaluation, and after evaluation various appeal process or whatever, and after that we award the contract. So that is the end of bid data sheet information. When we come to general condition, again, we can't change, I said. Whatever you have to write, you have to write in the special condition or contract data under the same number. You cannot change the number also, I said, right? Basically, general condition and special condition discusses the rights and obligations of both parties. The employer or purchaser, on the other hand, supplier or contractors, until the contract is finished and defect liability period is finished and handing over, taking over, everything is covered. So generally, that is the story of bidding documents. The difficult part is based on the nature of procurement, we'll have to use different types of documents. It is not three documents we can use for all ICB, for example, one document for works, one document for goods, and something like that. Therefore, design and build also one of the varieties of works document. As I said, there are other varieties like EPC turnkey, various things. Okay, so don't get confused. We'll discuss the basic information relating to design and build. What is introduction? A design and build contract is a construction procurement method where a single contractor is responsible for designing and construct both. If we don't do that, tell me, we will have to design. How can we design a complex works? We don't, even though we have engineers, they cannot do all construction designing part. We need to hire a consultant. In such a situation, we'll have to go for another consultancy contract under consultancy guideline to award the contract. So I think still we didn't discuss the consultancy procurement module. In the module, we discuss how we can get the services from consulting firms. Basically, we are not giving to individual people, individual consultants to design part. Generally, we hire a consulting firm because it is complicated, right? So therefore, the design and build, basically, we assign the responsibility of designing part to the contractor, not only the construction. Streamlining the process for time and cost efficiency. So this is one of the benefits of design and build. If we don't use design and build, we'll have to use a different period, different cost for designing part. It takes a long time, sometimes a couple of months, and therefore it is time efficiency and cost efficiency is there. While simplifying project management on the other hand, it is simple because we identified a person capable to design and construction. Then our job is to get the work done through the selected person. Owner means a government, basically, or private sector asset. With a D and B contract, the project owner hires a single company to perform design and construction under one contract, reducing administrative and management responsibilities. That is also, again, a benefit. Design and build is a relatively low risk procurement. Relatively a low risk procurement option. We'll see what are the risks related to other procurements. For the employee in terms of cost and time, right? Basically, we discussed in our earlier modules the risk part under different stages of the procurement planning, pre-contract and post-contract. Here, a lot of risk we can, transfer to the contractor, right? For the employer in terms of cost and time, because we know our cost, we know our time. The contractor assumes responsibility for completing the design and carrying out the works, which can prevent dispute. That is another benefit, which can prevent a dispute between the contractor and the designer. That is a very important point. If external consultant develop the consultancy design and we give that design to contractor to construct, he will ask thousand of questions from us. He may have some problem, he may come across some issues. So therefore, that is also can be mitigated through DNB. So again, they say benefit time and cost efficiency. Contract save time and money by combining design and construction project, deliver into a single. The construction begin before the final design. The construction begins before the final design is completed, reduce the project overall because some benefit is there for that also. Here, employer's requirement we should give, because contractor doesn't know what we want. Therefore, in our bidding document, one section is there to give your requirements, right? To effectively convey their expectations, our employer's expectation, the employer should include the following component in the employer's requirement. So this is important. When you develop bidding documents, you have to develop this section very carefully, because that is not necessarily procurement. Procurement professionals can't, identify everything. That is an expert job, especially engineer job, right? What we have to give under a requirement, project overview. Basically, a brief description of the project, its purpose and overall objectives. Purpose and objectives we have to give. Then the contractor will understand our target. Scope of work. A detailed explanation of the project scope, including the site, scope, size, complexity, and key deliverables. All right, we'll have to provide. Performance criteria. That is very important. Again, specific performance standards. How we accept the completed construction, what are the standards we use that the contractor must meet, such as energy efficiency, sustainability, durability, and many, many other things as well. So we give some standards or indications. Design guidelines. Requirements related to the project design, including architectural, structural, systemic specification, design. We give some guidance to the contractor regarding our guidelines, requirements. Regulatory compliance, a list of applicable codes, regulations, and permits, things like that. Because when the contractor deploy or start his work, or to start his work, he should follow various regulation governing in the country, maybe construction related or employer related, the environmental related, many things are there. Budget constraint, that is another point. A clear statement of project budget, outlining any financial limitation and expectations, right? So we will give some budget ceiling under this. Project schedules, a timeline for key milestones. Timeline for key milestones we'll have to give, including design, construction, and handover deadlines, right? That is all contractor should adhere. We know generally in our construction or even goods procurement, we give a that delivery period. If the contract or supplier is not delivered or constructed, we charge a liquidated damage. So therefore, under design and build also, we give our key milestones when the contractor should finish the design part, construction part, and finally hand over the completed work. Quality assurance, that is another one. Expectation for quality management and quality control throughout the project, right? Here, the quality control is done by our engineers, our consultants, right? So based on these things, contractor should give his proposal to the employer. Once the contractor receives the employer's requirement, they begin developing. Sorry?
So can I ask one question?
Yes.
Yeah, can you go to that previous slide, sir?
Okay,
In here,
right.
sir, that scope of work. Scope of
Scope.
work, in there, what should they mention, sir?
Uh, for example, we want to construct a bridge, right? Under
Okay.
design and build. So, what do you think generally? The relevant information to an up. Supposing you are the contractor under design and build. I am the government or government agency, highway ministry. I want to construct a bridge under design. What do you think? What are the relevant scope information you should know? Number one.
What are the, I mean, what is the traffic that in that place? What is the traffic
Size, okay.
feasibility? Yeah,
That's
that
one
one.
information. Okay. What
Yeah.
else?
Other than that, what kind of bridge they need to build up,
Okay,
like
okay. Yeah.
uh,
Concrete or iron or whatever.
or
Yes,
structure.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah. And
steel
overhead
structure.
overhead bridge or normal one, whatever.
Yeah,
What else? I mean, very important things you didn't talk. The length of the bridge and the
yeah.
width of the bridge. Something like that, no?
Okay,
Okay, those are the relevant information, size, complexity, and key deliverables regarding the construction. Okay, what are the things you should? Okay, in when we go further, we'll understand the more details regarding the scope. Okay,
okay, sir.
got it? Right. I said once we disclose the requirement, contractor receives the employer's requirement, then he begins developing comprehensive proposal. He begins developing comprehensive proposal, right? Request for proposal or bidding document that address all aspects of the project, right? We have given, then it is his duty to comply with. Because in this case, also we have technical compliance, commercial compliance, and things like that. And finally, the financial proposal, right? So therefore, complying with the employer's requirement, technical and commercial and everything, should be very carefully filled or completed by the bidder in order to win the contract. Otherwise, we reject. This process ensures that the contractor's approach aligns with the employer's expectations and objectives. The production of contractors' proposals typically involves the following steps, right? These are the steps. This number one. He or she should review the employer's requirements. The contractor carefully examines the employer's requirement to gain a thorough understanding of the project scope, objectives, and constraints. Because he also should use his own consultant to do that. Design and development. The contractor design team create initial design concept. Initial, not finalized one. Initial design and drawings regarding the employer's requirement that meet the employer's requirement. They ensure that the design addresses to applicable regulations, standard and performance criteria, because we have given. Okay, for example, in Colombo area, when you construct high-rise building, there are some limitations. No, you all know they can't, go more than a couple of stories based due to security and other reasons. So those are the regulations. The the contractor should adhere to the relevant regulations, and as I mentioned earlier, the standards, performance criteria, and things like that. Cost estimation. The contractor prepares a detailed cost estimate for the project, including material, labor, and overhead. This estimate should be based on the proposed design solution and construction methodology and should align with the employer's budget expectation, right? Align with the budget expectation because we give our budget expectation, constraints and things like that, right? Because under construction procurement, we normally disclose the budget estimate, right? Here also similar. Schedule development. The contractor creates a realistic project schedule outlining key milestone, deadlines, and dependencies. So, realistic project schedule, milestone, deadline, and dependency. So, we said we have a timeline and realistic schedules, right? Key milestones, right? For example, if you want to construct a bridge, when he complete the piling and something like that, it should be realistic, risk assessment. The contractor identify potential risk. He identify the risk. For example, piling, when the flood comes and things like that, he cannot do the piling work if the timing is not correct. I mean, if the weather season is not properly considered, right? Oh, right? Including design, construction, and financial risk. Design, construction, and financial risk also. Design risk, construction risk, and finance, all risk you should identify, assess. They also propose mitigating strategies. We have learned that, right? And contractor will propose how to mitigate these strategies, risk. Sometimes he will propose some part to be taken by the employer to minimize the impact, risk, and project success, right? Okay. Quality assurance and control. I said this is very important. The contractor outlined their approach to ensure the quality of the project, including quality control procedures, testing and inspection protocols, and compliance with industry standards. He will, by his own, give how we are going to do by complying quality standards, quality controls. Team composition and experience, because that is a very important part, because we give the design part and construction part both to the contractor, then we should know who are the staff, expert staff working under the contractor. The contractor presents the qualification, experience, and expertise. Qualification, experience, and expertise of their project team, demonstrating their ability to successfully deliver the project as per the employer's requirement. Because based on their experience, qualification, and their past experience, especially a similar construction, then we understand their ability to deliver our requirement. Then finally, the proposal submission. Once the contractor's proposal is complete and comprehensive, it submit it to the employer for review and evaluation. So, contractor comprehensive proposal, employer will review and evaluate, because when you go to design and build, it has different stages, right? And we will give our feedback. The employer may request clarification, modification, or additional information before accepting the proposal, because our technical team, technical committee, and also in-house staff, they first review and submit to the committee, and they propose or they request clarification, they need some modifications and various things based on the contractor's proposal. Now, contract negotiation and acceptance. This negotiation is not basically price negotiation, the technical and commercial aspect. Contract negotiation is a crucial step in design and build procurement process, as it ensures both the employer and the contractor reach a mutual understanding and agreement on the terms and conditions of the project. All right. This phase involves discussing, refining various aspects of the proposal, including design, various aspects, right? Design part, cost part, timeline, various responsibilities. Generally, they can come to a consensus. Under design consideration, the negotiation stage, both parties should discuss the proposed design solution to ensure it meets the employer's requirements and address to any applicable regulations and standards. Right? That is a very technical job. The technical team will see whether proposal meet our technical requirement and also comply with the regulations and standards. This may involve making adjustment to the design based on the employer's feedback and clarifying a specific design. So that is general one. We give some specific design elements. Cost negotiations. This is technical part. The employer and contractor should negotiate the overall cost of project, address any discrepancies or concerns regarding the cost breakdown. Provided in the contractor's proposal. This may involve negotiation payment terms, determining payment schedules, and discussing any potential contingency or allowances, right? So this discussion is based on contractor's cost breakdown of the deliverables. Timeline and milestone. We said contractor should adhere to that. The employer and contractor should agree on project timeline, including key milestones and deadlines. This involves ensuring that the contractor's proposal schedule align with the employer's expectation and is achievable within the project constraints, right? Sometimes we also should be adjustable. Sometimes we have to take a step behind or some based on the contractor's information and discussion. Responsibilities and liabilities. Both parties should clearly clarify their respect to responsibilities and liabilities. Responsibilities and liabilities. Both parties. Address any concerns or uncertainties about the contractor's obligation or for design and construction. Uncertainties. I will discuss. This may involve discussing warranty period, insurance coverage, or dispute resolution process. Right? Those are technical things. Once the negotiation process is complete and both parties are satisfied with the terms and conditions, they will proceed to formalize the agreement by signing design and build contract. The acceptance of the contract marks the beginning of the project, with the contractor moving forward with the final design moving forward and construction phase, right? So this is, generally we'll have to do evaluation and negotiation, everything done. and we award the contract. Now we have other steps also. Appeal and everything is completed, and contractor start his construction phase. Once everything is done, evaluation is done. Upon acceptance of the contractor's proposal, now the design and construction part. Upon acceptance of the contractor's proposal and formation of the contractors complete the design and construction of the work as per the agreed contract, the proceed involves finalizing design document. Earlier, it is proposal, ensuring compliance with applicable regulation and standard, coordinating with subcontractors. Contractor should coordinate with subcontractors because everything is given in the document. His proposed subcontractors, suppliers, etc. Securing necessary permits and approvals. That is both parties. Sometimes employer should provide, sometimes the contractor should provide, supply. Implementing quality control procedures. To ensure project quality and performance. Monitoring, that is monitoring part, right? So that means employer team should monitor various activities are taken place and the site meeting and things like that. Addressing any unexpected challenges, regularly communication part. Regularly communicating with the employer to provide update and feedbacks, right? So if something is wrong, we know that the employer will give show cause. Then contractor will have to correct. Then other steps are there. Ensuring project completion within the agreed timeline and the budget. Conducting final inspection. And addressing defects and non-conformance. Once the contract is done, our team will inspect and address defects and disclose this defect. Then contractor should adhere or correct. Handing over. The final one is the handing over the project. In this case also now, I said under new arrangement, engineer can take over from the contractor and hand over to the employer. That may be done at same time through the acceptance committee now arrangement.
So
Yes.
in the detailed design stage,
Okay.
let's say that contractor has missed some item.
Yeah.
At that time, then now contract has been signed and already awarded, and can contractor say that you have signed? I'm the employer already signed my design, and you accepted my design. Is it possible to speak? I mean, argue like that way? What I
That
mean,
is-
sir, that functionality is there. Let's say that functionality is there, but the case is that efficiency, it is not meeting the requirement.
Yeah, there are a lot of things actually. Practically speaking, the people, those who are really involved in design and build, basically the engineers know what are the problems come up. Because I am not an engineer to answer all such questions, but I think many engineers are here practically involved in this type of. Anybody? Are you an engineer first of all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me, because I'm not an engineer to answer these all technical things. These I'm talking about the procurement aspect. But tell me if there's design failures once we are doing the construction, how to correct?
It is not actually a design failures. This kind of, I will give the real example that
Okay.
what is now currently experiencing. It is a one STP project, sewer treatment plant project, and
Okay.
it is rehabilitation. Some
Okay.
available quantity, it is increasing to some other extent. So at
Okay.
that time, employer has given that scope of work. This is my requirement, and
Okay.
they have some queries, and that due for that queries, it is circulars. It is signed. It is circulars, and they are. And at
Okay.
that time, several queries they were asked the contractors, and
Okay.
that queries, what is the requirement is kind of some mm, dewatering plant they need to implement. But the thing is,
Okay.
contractor has proposed some different way. That dewatering is a mechanical requirement is there, but he
Okay.
has given kind of only drain beds, some kind of only it is like a it is functionality is there that drain is there,
Okay.
but the thing is it is not mechanical equipment they have proposed.
Okay.
While the execution time, now I am
Okay.
experiencing this one,
Yeah. Yeah.
the contractor has raised for this one as a variation. But
Okay.
what my point is, it is not the variation because it is not the meet in the uh, efficiency. Functionality is there. That means what they are giving that they can complete the works with the
Yeah.
function. But the thing
Yeah.
is efficiency. That I took one example that A to B, we can
Yeah.
go 20 kilometers per hour. Same time 80 kilometers per hour. The employer's
Okay.
requirement is 80 kilometers per hour, but the
Yes.
contractor is given 20 kilometers per hour. That
Okay.
functionality A to B is there.
Okay.
They can go that A to B, but the
Yes.
efficiency is not there. So based on that one, I rejected
Now,
that.
my question, my general question as a non-engineer, why
Yeah,
we couldn't understand at the proposal negotiating stage that such things,
and,
milestone things like
that
this.
is the problem, sir. That is actually the thing is during the tender evaluation time, this was not pointed out by the employer at the time.
Oh,
Now we are in the post-contract stage. So once we are handling this case,
but anyway, contractor is obliged to uh, give the performance as well as the timeline, no? So
yeah,
whatever the method he use, he is up to him. What we need is the performance, right?
yes,
And the efficiency, if there's a efficiency problem, I don't think we give the variation generally, right?
yes. Correct, sir. That my point also, my I'm staying that same position. So
Yeah. Because the
it's
way he conduct is his problem, right? We are not, going to say how to do the work. That is his methodology. He will use a mechanical or whatever the different method. But what we need is the performance and the timeline. If this
correct.
delay, as you said, it to be whatever, it instead of 680 is going 20, we cannot compromise that and giving variation generally, I think, no?
Yeah,
General,
sir. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
okay, okay. Again, we said, even though we said it is easy, we can transfer everything to the contractor, administrative efficiency, cost efficiency, everything is there, but there are some potential risks as well. Design and quality risk, as you said, there can be risk related to design and quality, particularly if the employer requirements were not properly gathered, or if insufficient time went into examining the contractor's proposal. There is both risk is there, right? The contractor's point of view, he has not properly um, understood employer's requirement or gather the information. Or if insufficient time went into examining the contractor's proposal, he has taken too much or long period to prepare examine the proposal from our side as well as inadequate employees requirements. So sometimes we have not given proper information to the contract. If the employer requirements are not clearly defined, employer not clearly defined, that may be the case, or incomprehensively. It may lead to misunderstanding and dispute between the employer and the contractor. It is a very common thing, I think. It lead to misunderstanding and dispute between the employer and the contractor. That may happen, all how many items and things are there. We may miss impacting the project quality and cost. Yeah, quality as well as you said, if it is our fault sometimes, that will have to allow for variation, right? Generally, here the conclusion, design and build contract offer numerous benefits such as time and cost efficiency, simplified project management, and reduced risk. However, potential risks associated with the designing, quality, and inadequate employee requirements must be considered, right? By carefully preparing the employer's requirement and thoroughly evaluating the contractors. One thing is employer's requirement we should give, and we have to thoroughly evaluate his proposal. The project owner can maximize the benefit of a design and build contract while minimizing the potential risk. So that is, I said, is purely a technical job. Technical expert in the employer's office should look into this kind of things with their experience and expertise, right? If he miss something, sometimes it is a costly correction. Sometimes we have to allow variation or some dispute. Ultimately, it is also dispute is again a cost and delay, right? Right. In case of design and build, there are various bidding documents. Bidding documents, yes. ADB, if you look at the ADB, I think World Bank also, yes. World Bank also, that is basically good documents, complete document. And we forgot to come to FIDIC, CEDA. Now we are here, CEDA document, but I don't know. The users know what are the problems you encountered when you see the document. I'm not an expert to discuss on that area, but I have come across as a commission member. When we use design and build contract, there are a lot of missing areas. That's why they go for FIDIC, right? FIDIC, I think Silver Book, right? FIDIC condition of contract for design and built is Silver Book, right? They use a mixture of CEDA document with FIDIC.
That is
Yeah.
yellow book. Yellow book, sir. Design and build.
Yeah. Then Silver Book for what?
Silver book for uh, that is called that. What is that? EPC contract, no?
No, we'll see.
Anyway, that yellow book is going for design and build, sir. I'm not sure that other one.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
So Silo book for EPC and turnkey contracts.
EPC and turnkey. Okay, you are correct. Just check me at least. FIDIC. Okay, takes time if I. Okay, no, for the time being, we'll, that is, what is this? What book? You said yellow book, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Right. Here we have CEDA, ICTAT 4 for design and build. We have discussed here using CEDA document. If you look at the CEDA document, typical sequence of principal events during design and build, contracting. First thing is issue bidding documents is number one. We say number one here. What is number two? Submission of bid. No. Then within the document say 60 days, right? Then submission of then finally they do the evaluation, everything within that is our normal time period given, 120 plus 160 altogether 180 days. Then we issue letter of acceptance. Once we selected, everything is done. That is okay. Then contractor should sign the contract by giving performance security, and we have given 14 days or something. Then we give the commencement of work. Then test, various tests and things like that, quality test, issuing of taking over after the construction is finished. Then defect liability period is there, notification of defects, number 8, and remedying defects, number 9, and issue performance certificate, release performance, issue performance certificate, and then release performance security. Basically, these are the general steps. In between, there are many other steps, but generally, this is the idea. What is the normal defect liability period for construction? 6 months or 1 year? Design and build, anybody can answer? Can you give a straight answer for that? General, according to see the document. Okay. The design experience of the contractor, subcontractor is an important requirement in design and build. So the design experience of the contractor, partner or subcontractor, an important requirement in design and build contracting in addition to the construction experience. Because all things we get from the contractor using various formats, right, is part of the document. There should be the procurement process follow. Therefore, should the procurement process follow? Works goods procurement, selection of consultant. Normal, I said at the beginning, works good procurement we cannot, because design, we have to design. Then otherwise we'll have to use consultants using selection of consultants guideline and develop the guideline and award the contract to the contractor with designs. Works good procurement with consideration given to consultant service, or selection of consultant with due consideration given to the selection of consultant. No, works goods procurement with consideration given to consultant service. I don't know what this is. Anyway, these are the components, right? we have discussed. But invitation of bid, number one. Then number two, instruction to bidders. Number three, bidding data. Number four, condition of contract. Number five, contract data. AES forms I said. Number six, employees requirement. Say number seven. Finally, form of bid and schedules are there. General standard bidding document. These components are there, right? So if you look at the instruction to bidders, it has many subsections, consists of 6 main sections and bidding data, right? ITB, and if you take IB, ITB and bidding data, section A, B, C, D, and E. A talks the general information and qualification of the bidder. This one. Number B, contents of bidding document. Normally we give what are the contents of bidding document. Again, we put in the body of the ITB. Section 3, how to prepare bids, right? How many copies and the bidding procedure, 2 envelope, 3 envelope, things like that. Section D, how to submit bid, that is also part of that. Section E, bid opening and evaluation is given in both document, ITB and data sheet. Finally, section 5, how to contract will be awarded. I said, if you look at these all sections, it is generally how the contractors should submit bids, how we are going to evaluate, and how we are going to select the contract at the end. Those are the general points we should answer. We should give details in the data sheet. ITB standard data sheet we should give. So if you look at ITB and data, for some, not all, with reference to the made to bidding document, specify the requirement the bidder should have to qualify for award, right? Similar works. Total construction output, specify, if you copy this, it should come here. If specify if required only. General average annual turnover. It is a common thing. Volume of construction work performed in last 5 or 10 years. Now we use 10 years. 10 years, not less than 1.5 times the annual value of proposed contract. You all know how to calculate that. Annual is a formula. The required annual turnover equal to the construction value of construction into 1.5 divided by construction period. If it is less than 1 year, we use 12. If the more than, we can use, we can divide, right? That may be 3 years or something like that. So that is the one we request from the contractor as his annual volume of construction performed. List of under equipment, the contractor should have key specialized equipment, either lease or rental, not own, not necessarily, we say. Under staff, I said staff is important. This requirement given in the employee's requirement, because I said we specify their qualification and experience. Various other things we should give, cash flow and everything. There are various schedules. If you look at I don't know we'll see the document, but if you look at World Bank or ADB document, now they have developed various uh, formats to give this, right? I think we discussed under IT information system procurement, right? Various formats, right? In order to the cash flow, generally estimate payment flow over a period of 3 months. Anybody can tell me what is this? What we ask this one? What is this meaning? What is the meaning of this? Why we ask cash flow?
He has to,
Please.
he has a capability. He should have a capability to run the contract.
What is the purpose of that?
Hello, sir.
Cash flow requirement. So we ask contractor to have his cash flow or his credit facilities, etc. And we specify 3 months period. What is the rationale of that? Just give me an idea.
He should have capability.
What is this connected to 3 months?
Excuse me, sir. Hello. Hello.
Huh?
Hello.
No idea?
Cash
The
flow is
point is this.
cash flow ensure the
We
capability of
generally make payments within 56 days, right? Once the contractor submit a payment, we take 56 days to pay. There may be delays. Therefore, even if the payment is not gone to the contractor, he should not stop the work and he should have the capacity, cash to continue the work. That is the point, right? So this is in addition to what is listed, the employer may specify any other requirement by saying in addition to the bidder. Okay. So, I mean, there are many things we can discuss. The CEDA document has considered 3 volumes. If you look at the document, volume 1A, 1B, volume 2 and volume 3, right? 3 volume, this is 1, 2 and 3, right? Volume 1, 2 and 3. Volume 1A, Section 1. Volume 1A, Section 1, Instruction to Bidders. Section 3, Condition of Contract. Section 5, Sample Forms. Volume 1B talks about invitation for bid. Section 2, Bidding Data, Contract Data. You see, okay, volume, this is our work, right? We'll have to fill up. This is also our work. We'll have to fill up. This is also our work. We'll have to fill up. This is also our work. We'll have to fill up. Form of bid, we give some information. Bidder should fill. Schedule related to general information. A schedules will see part of hours, part of bidders. Right. Basically, these are standard. Nothing to worry. Volume 2. Volume 2. Section 7B, form of design technical proposal, right? Technical proposal. That is important. Section 8B, schedules related design and we give that. Drawings. bidder should be use some drawing. Volume 3, Section C, form of price proposal. C, schedule of related price proposal. Both are given by the bidder, right? Document to be submitted with the bid. Here, the CEDA talk about 3 envelopes case. 3 envelopes. Still we use in our guidelines and 2 envelopes, but they talk about 3 envelopes. Envelope 1, general information, will include preliminary information. Right? What are the preliminary information? Volume 1A in invitation to bid, Section 2 bidding data, Section 4 contract data, Section 5 ERS, employees requirement, power of attorney for the signatory, duly filled and signed by submission form, security. Okay, those are general. Okay. That is general information we discussed earlier, right? 1A. Okay. Those are not very complicated. But envelope 2, design, because contractor should give a separate envelope as envelope 2 is technical part. Design technical proposal with warning, do not open except in the presence of the evaluation committee. Will include design technical proposal. That is, we open this first and evaluate only. We go to the envelope 3. Envelope 3 is the price proposal. With warning, do not open either with the preliminary information or design principle, will include price proposal. So you know how we open price proposals, right? Under first one, design technical proposals, this will include this one. Duly filled and signed technical proposal submission form, duly filled B schedule, schedule B, contractor's proposal, drawings, other information listed in the bidding data, tells any other information. Oh, many things are there. Right? That is envelope 2. Contractor should submit this information, right? Envelope 1, general, here, general information. Bid security, for example. Okay. Right. Envelope 3 is a price proposal. Shall include duly filled and signed the price proposal. Schedules, various schedules we have requested. The following information shall be included in envelope 3. Day work rates, overhead and profit, percentage of the provisional sums, input percentage for price adjustment, because this price adjustment formula is there, that should be provided under envelope 3, price proposal. So that is basically 3 envelopes. bid prices. Now we have got from bidder, depending on the bidder's proposal, the bidder shall fill all relevant items in the price schedule required for the work. Bidders may add any new items. Bidders may add any new items which are not taken in the price schedules. That is important. Similarly, bidders may delete items which are included in the price schedule but not required in the accordance with the bidder. Similarly, bidder may delete items as well. Unless otherwise provided in the bidding data, the lump sum price quoted, because generally this is a lump sum. Design and build is a lump sum contract. We have other types of contract, measure and pay, and performance-based contract, and also paid on delivery and things like that according to our guideline. But basically, this is lump sum. Price quoted by the bidder shall not be subject to adjustment during the performance of the contract. The contract is not subject to price adjustment in accordance with the clause of the condition of contract. We can use either yes, is or not. Either is or not. Generally, lump sum contract, we don't give a price adjustment. No? Under instruction to bidders and data sheet, I said we should give information related to bid opening, evaluation, and things like that. Three envelopes will be opened at the different stages. I think you know envelope 1, soon after bid close. We open soon after bid close this envelope in the presence of the bidders. Envelope 2 opened by the evaluators with the commencement of the evaluation. Envelope 2 will be opened by the evaluation team. Or we say BC. Envelope 3 after completing the evaluation. Envelope 3 will be after evaluation of technical proposal. Right? Only technically responsive bids. Others will not open. Okay? Right. Under evaluation, technical committee, prior to the deadline, detailed evaluation, the employer will evaluate information submitted with the employer, the envelope marked envelope 1, preliminary information. Preliminary information will check before we go to detail, right? Meet the eligible criteria. Whether the eligible criteria is given in envelope 1, has been properly signed. We know that. In accordance by the required securities. Those are the information we included and check, right? Substantial responsive to requirement of the bidding doc. Substantial. Actually, this is basically preliminary examination, right? Under preliminary examination only we reject bids if it is not substantial responsive, or before go to the detailed evaluation. Before go to the detailed evaluation. Prior to the detailed evaluation. Evaluation and compare. two options, option A and option B are given. The applicable option for the bid will be given in bidding data. The evaluation and comparison will be done accordingly. For evaluation and comparison will be the option 1, option A, and B. What is option A? If no option is selected in the bidding data, evaluation and comparison will be done following option A. We'll see what is option A and option B. For both option A and B, technical, the employer will evaluate and compare only the bids determined to be substantially responsive, right? That is normally the requirement. Evaluators will have no access to the price proposal until the technical evaluation is conducted. Design technical proposal will be evaluated on the basis of their responsiveness to the employer's requirement. On the basis of the responsiveness to the technical requirement. Applying the evaluation criteria and point system specified. So we have given some point system like, okay. Appropriate information submitted with preliminary information will also be used in allocating preliminary information will be considered for allocating marks or points. The employer will determine whether the bidder are qualified and whether the technical aspects are substantial. Bidders are qualified and technically responsive. Both. Because we give evaluation and qualification criteria of bidding document by considering following factors, not limited. What are the things? The determine will take into account the bidder's design technical thing. Overall competencies. Compliance with employer's requirement. Deviation, shortcoming, we identify whether it is major or minor. The design team will see their capability qualification. Work plan and methodology will check. Compliance with time schedules, all should be checked under technical evaluation and see whether bidders are complied with, and will assign technical scope based on the point system given in the evaluation criteria point system. Okay, we'll discuss the point system option A and B. Option B here. Yes, we'll discuss this one after a small break. Okay. How we allocate points.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. We'll see how they allocate marks. Under option A, they have identified number of categories here. 1, specific experience. 2, overall compliance with the requirement. What happened? Number 3, experience. These are the important allocation. Experience of key members of the team. Number 4, work plan. And time schedules. Number 5, preliminary design approach. Any other improvements? Okay. How they have, I don't know what has happened to this. What they have do, I mean, there are a number of members in the team, no? I don't know what happened to this one. They allocate each section, say experience 10 to maximum 10, minimum requirement 5, right? So they allocate marks like this. Here, experience the key staff, they have given 30 marks. That is important. And work plan also 15 marks. And preliminary design with 25 marks. And any other whatever, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Any other matter, 10 marks. So 100 marks. So minimum requirement is 20 out of 30 here. 10 8 out of this one. I mean, basically half, right? Here also half. Every section should comply with. Otherwise, he can get 70 marks. This is the minimum requirement. In order to qualify, they should get 70 marks minimum. All sections, they should get minimum requirement, right? That is very important point. So perhaps they can get 30 marks here and without 0 from here. Again, 70, no? It is not comply with. So here, when they give marks, if it is satisfactory, they give 50 marks out of 10, whatever the marks they give. If it's very good, they give 100, good 75. That's how they should allocate marks. But the team members 1, 2, 3, and 4 section. Each key staff member will evaluate using the sub-criteria. Right, general qualification and for this one, members, 25, total experience 25, something like that. Experience related, I don't know what happened to this. Okay, whatever it is, under option A, this is how they give marks. Each responsive design technical proposal will be given a technical score as explained. The bid shall be rejected at this stage if it does not respond to an important aspect of employer's requirement or fail to achieve overall minimum 74. Both. Any point we mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, if they don't get required marks, reject, or ultimately overall 70 also should the criteria. Okay. Fails to achieve the minimum requirement against the each criteria is again another this thing. For example, we get only 3 marks from here. Overall, they have got 70, but not considered. Okay. After the evaluation of envelope 2, that technical is completed, employer shall notify those people. Bidders whose design technical proposal did not meet the minimum qualifying mark or were considered non-responsive, as I mentioned, indicating their price per will be returned. Price per will be returned unopened after completion of the process, not immediately. So now we are very clear. We under option A, we give marks like this. They should get minimum for each category and overall 70. If anything is missing, reject. If anything less than the minimum, reject. If total marks less than 70, reject. So the committee will not consider such proposal and return unopened after evaluating the process, everything. Not immediately we are sending their price proposal. Bidders that have secured the minimum qualifying mark indicating the date and they will be informed the price proposal opening session. Okay. Envelope 3 under option A shall be opened publicly. You all know that in presence of the bidders. Will inform the name of the bidder, bid price, and discount offered because we have considered their security and all earlier. First envelope. The evaluated bid price for each bid determined by okay, that's okay. The evaluated bid price for each bid is determined by okay, this is important. Excluding provisional sums. And the provision, if any, including day works for price excluding provisional sums, yeah. And the provision, if any, but indicating day works were priced competitively. Day work considered. Correction of arithmetic errors, we know that is always done. Making appropriate adjustment, quantifiable, acceptable variations, deviations, alternate deviations. That this principle we discussed earlier in our evaluation sessions. Minor quantifiable variation they consider, and alternative offers is a completely different subject. Don't mix up here. If we allow alternative offers, is separately completely different. Applying any discount is another one. Those are the things we have to consider under this stage. Okay, if you look at our detailed evaluation, you know the steps exclude VAT and everything, and here's the provisional sum, but include day works, including day works.
Sir, what is the
Correction of
reason
arithmetic errors,
excluding provisional sum?
adjustment of quantifiable variations, and applying discounts. That's all.
Sir, what is the reason excluding
Contract
provisional
will
sum?
be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the substantially responsive, has achieved the minimum points, and lowest evaluated. Substantially responsive, minimum points required, and lowest bidder. Provided bidder has determined to be eligible and qualified. Okay, that is all covered under technical this thing. Now the option B, similarly experience, overall compliance, experience of the team, and work plan and time schedule, and preliminary designs, any other improvement to the employer request suggested by the bidder, any other improvement by the bidder's suggestion. So here, minimum requirement 50%, they have got 50% or each criteria, of each criteria. That's how they are worded, I don't know. Oh. I can't do anything here. Okay, anyway, this says 50% of the upon sorry, I can't read. Right? Everything 50%. Sub-criteria, same thing. Each key staff member will be evaluated. General experience qualifying 25, total experience 25, experience related to the task 50%. That's how they give. Same thing. What is the difference? And option B, the bid with lowest evaluated price. How we have used the formula. We have learned. The lowest price is the minimum FM, will be given the finance score SF of 100 points. The financial score SF of the other bidders is calculated like this: FM divided by F into 100. Bids will be ranked according to their combined scores using weight technical, D technical, what is this? Or design technical, for design technical proposal as given, and P for the price, wait for DT technical score, and P for price. You know that, huh? You know that. The bidder achieve the highest combined design, technical, and finance score will be considered as the best evaluated bidder. If you, I don't know whether you have given the fine total. No, I think you know that combined score, is score equal, what is this, technical divided by TM into percentage of T. Into percentage of T. T percentage, sorry. T percentage plus this one. FM divided by F into P percentage. That is the combined score, you all know. Earlier we discussed. Right, then we can get the combined score, right? Highest combined score, right? I think it's clear, right? Finally, we should give the employer's requirement under separate section what the employer wishes to have. Ultimately, the two words employer requirement use 52 times in the 52 times in the standard bidding document. If you look at the document, clearly everywhere they say, author say 52 times they have mentioned in the document. Some listing are specific when using SBD, and some other listing are needed irrespective whether the is used or not. Okay, that is all we have to identify. In case of employer's requirement, you miss some work here. This is, I said, the professional work. In the more familiar approach, when you give the employer's requirement, employer employees consultant to decide works. I said if we have the expertise, okay. From the design, a detailed technical specification is drawn up to include in the bidding. Design a detailed technical specifications. They have to draw. In the design, normally, in more familiar, in the, okay. In design and build contract, what we do is different. Contractor is responsible for design. No detailed technical specification. Normally, no technical detail is normally developed at the pre-bid stage. But the employer must know what he wants and must communicate to the bidders. Hence, the employer require replace the usual technical specification and some other inclusion of the familiar approach. So under this one, we do that, right? Our familiar approach is replaced with the contractor's job. Employers must state the requirement as clearly and as precisely as possible. We know why. To enable bidders to submit responsive bid, to evaluate bids received in fair and transparent manner. Must specify exactly the particular requirement. Specify exactly the particular requirements of the completed works, including scope and quality. The point you raise is the thing. We have to specify the scope. If we miss, example, desired performance of the completed works, desired performance. We said that, and indicator standard and allowable tolerances, percentage of mistakes, generating capacity of power plant, for example, number of beds in the hospital, example, test that will be carried out to measure the performance. So we'll have to give test. What test we use for performance measurement. Must state requirements as clearly why okay should clearly specify what associate or incidental services should clearly specify what associated or incidental services and goods must be applied by the contract. So in addition to the construction, there may be incidental associated services or goods to be provided. Example, contractor may require to train employers, personnel may be an example. In addition, all these include matters related to the execution of work to enable the bidders to gauge the extent of the response and price bid accordingly. So gauge the extent of responsibility. Avoid over-specifying details. For that, we have to avoid over-specifying details to the extent that flexibility and potential benefit. Okay, we should not detail out much because let bidder to decide that. If we give more details, contract is constrained. The extent that the flexibility and potential benefit associated with the design build is previously seriously eroded or threatened if we give more details. That's why we don't give, let contractor decide. Therefore, it is essential that the employer required shall be carefully prepared on behalf of the employer's suitably qualified personnel. Because I said it is an expert job. Who are familiar with the requirement and the technical aspect of the required works, because normal people can't do that. General idea, general inclusion, name and objective of the project, employer, executive agency, funding of the procurement, whether GUSL or foreign. Location is shown in figure when we have to give the location. Detail of any feasibility studies carried out earlier. Details of any feasibility studies carried out by the employer earlier and which are available should be given. Okay, and now I don't want to discuss this area, condition of contract and things like that. Okay, just look at under general condition 55 page clause 1162, employ equipment made available by the employer. We'll have to give a list of equipment under contract data. Publication to be kept at site. List such publications. Have to give in the information. Approvals obtained by the employer. list the approval already obtained and that will be obtained by the employer. Some approvals regarding the contract execution. Time and
Sir,
the
excuse
manner
me.
the possession of site will be given to the contractor is we have to give a list. Contractor's document needed to give possession of the site, give a list. Other contractors working in the site, or this should be provided. Environmental protection, list values. Qualification of design, will have to give a list in the document. Contractors document, all are list. Language of contractors document, list, if not English. Basically English now. Contractors document for review and approval. Different meaning. Right? A contractor's document list which document are for review and approval. Review period of contractor's document list if maximal review period is different from 20. Normally it's 21 days according to the document. Technical standard list specific standards. Samples of reconstruction review specify samples if any. Training list if training is required. Further, as-built document list additional as-built document. Okay, this is just an indication for you when you are preparing the document and especially employer's requirement, but to be considered. Manuals list any manual required. Accommodation and welfare to the contractor's person, list items if any contractor is not required to provide. Facilities for employers' personnel, list all facilities required because royalty and rewards, specify any only if contractor is exempted from paying royalties. That means any additional charge for land or something. Review periods covered under above 5.2. Instruction to bidders, also similar thing. You can, just go through all the under employees requirement, what are the relevant clauses, right? I don't want to specify because of time constraint. Scope of right? All things relevant clauses are given. Any other? Technical standard, all relevant clauses are given here. You can check. Okay. In addition, employees requirement, we have to give form of bid. That is a normal standard format. Price proposal and schedules. 3 groups of schedule. Schedule A, that should be included in envelope 1. B, schedule envelope 2. C, envelope 3. Okay, those are 3 schedules. The above schedules are suggested as samples. All schedules may not be applicable to each procurement. If employer wishes, the above schedules may be not modified. That is, all schedules may not be applicable to each procurement. If employer wishes, above schedule may modify and use. Employees advised to add more schedules. Yes, advise more if required for particular. Okay. Under A, B, and C, whatever you need, you can use. This is the standard are suggested as samples, right? Right. General information, okay, that is see the registration. NCS membership is still there, I don't know. What is, anybody can tell me, National Contractors Association of Sri Lanka membership is still there in the design and build document CEDA or not? Anybody can tell me? But
Hello, sir.
according to guideline, we have removed that. That's my point. In 2006, we removed that from the guideline. It is not a requirement for eligibility, right? Right. Anyway, that is a different. Under general information, we ask legal status. If a joint venture, name and address of joint venture, provide a draft copy. They have to provide a draft. If a joint venture name and lead partner, everything should be given. Each joint venture partner shall furnish legal status separately. Okay. Name of the lead partner, legal status, place of registration, principal place of business, written power of attorney of the signatory. I mean, in case of joint venture, all partners shall sign or give the power of attorney. Provide certified copies labeled as attached, right? All should be given by the joint venture people. Provide original or certified copy of the power of attorney by the joint venture people. What is this? Okay, all things are here. You can, just look at because those are very comprehensive.
Excuse me, sir. Can you hear me?
Different information. Turnover at a
Excuse me,
schedule
sir.
2. So bidders should give the
Excuse
turnover
me,
He
sir.
can't
Can
information.
you hear me?
hear. No, he can't hear Miss Asari. Actually,
Credit
we
line
tried several
provides,
times.
I said
Hi,
the
yeah,
cash
Maybe you
I
payment
might.
think
requirement and
that
all.
issue may be in his
We
speak.
should
I will call. Okay.
give some amount.
Yeah, okay.
Provide document evidence and label as attached to the clause, whatever. I mean, this is how we have to use this document. This is construction experience, last 5 years or 10 years. We used 10 years earlier. Now we use 10 years. It is agreed. 10 years. So they have to give the information. Hello? Oh, Hari. හරි පොඩ ඉන්න. ඇයි මම කතා කරනවා හලෝ. හරි.
Sir, can you hear now, sir? Hello, sir.
දැන් බලන්න. හලෝ.
Hello, sir. Sir, can you hear us?
Sir, දැන් ඇහෙනවද?
It's still not, I think.
Ivan, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
But can you hear us?
I think issue with the Ivan sir's laptop. No?
Maybe he can re-log in. That's better.
Yeah,
He can
yeah, I'll check.
log out and yeah, yeah.
Hello, can you hear now? Hello.
Sir, we can hear you. Hello.
Right. Now it's okay, no?
Okay, okay. Yeah, now
Hello.
it's fine.
මට ඇහෙනවා. ඔව් දැන් පාර්ටිසිපන්ට් කෙනෙක් කතා කරා වුණා. මේක output volume එක අඩු වෙලා වුණා හේතුව නිසා. කවන්නේ. Okay. Thank you. Right.
Sir, now I think now you can hear, no?
Yeah. Because all
We were
technical
talking to
problems.
you, sir, several times.
Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, now we can
Yeah.
ask questions. If you have, but I am talking is how to use the within document, see the document, and various schedules we were discussing under three envelopes, schedule A, and the envelope 1, schedule B, envelope 2, technical part, and schedule 3 is a price part, financial part. There are large number of schedules they have specified, right? They say all schedules may not be applicable. Employer wishes to above schedule may be modified or may not use sometimes. Employees advised to add more schedules, whatever they can use, right? These are the schedules we discuss, and under schedule 1, A1, general information, still general information, various information we have requested from the bidder. Here still schedule 1. Schedule 3 is, where is schedule 2? Schedule 2, yeah. Annual turnover information, important. And schedule 3, adequate working capital. Schedule 4, construction experience. Schedule 5, design experience. Last 5 or 10 years, I said. Right? What else? 6, major item of construction equipment we discussed earlier. Okay, that is all A. Schedule B, the second one, technical part, comments and suggestion on employees' requirement. So we will allow bidder to give their comments regarding our requirements and objectives and scope and things. Bidders may include here. Bidders may include observation made on employees' requirement and possible suggestions to improve it. Okay, that is bidder's job. That is envelope 2, right? This is schedule B again, and envelope 2, envelope 2. Should include all the requirement given in the employee's requirement, including design criteria. Outline specific and technical standard. All the things we discussed earlier should be given as a schedule, right? Schedule 3, team of completion and task assignments. So design staff, construction management, envelope 2, design and technical proposal. We'll have to give information and bidder to fill. Schedule 4, curriculum vitae of key staff. So this is how they should give their CVs, right? Team members and chief manager or whoever, team chief. And this is the time schedule of key staff. All things should be filled by the bidders. Work program related to each activity, design activity 1, 2, 3, and first, second, etc. month. They have to give we said realistic time plan should be given. Work program, construction related activities, construction activity, and bidder should give this work program. Schedule 3, envelope 3, price schedules. In envelope 3, bidder should give financial proposals. Sub-activity description, various items here, preliminaries, performance security, insurances, etc. Amount should be given. Any other sub-activity bidders to include all activity item number. Total for activity 1, that's how they should give. And total for activity 2, survey and investigation. Those are details. I don't want to discuss. Then day works. We said day works. All information to be day work unit quantity and the rate under employment. Envelope 3. Under envelope 3, financial proposal be given. This is also envelope 3. Just to familiarize with this document. Schedule C, percentage of overheads. We said the overheads and profit for plant, everything should be given by the bidder. Item number, amount of provisional sums, percentage, amount of overhead and profit to be given. That is also bidders to bill. Price schedule, again, preliminaries, design, everything, add day work, and finally add value. This is the total. Price schedule, schedule 4.
Sir, you told
Yeah.
that while we are evaluating, provisional sum
Okay.
removing
Yeah.
and day works adding. What is the
Yeah.
reason, sir, that why?
The provisional sums, the exact amount bidder should give as evidence, then we pay. No. So they will
Yes.
allocate insurance and various sums he may incur. Then based on evidence we pay, right?
Yes,
Provisional
sir.
sums. Yeah. Okay. Input percentage of price adjustment. This is another one formula. We'll see under whether we allow the bidder to propose price formula, preference for indexes, percentage, enclose required to fill by the bidder only if the contract price is adjustable. Only if the contract price is adjusted for fluctuation of prices. Not always. Okay. If we say yes, then bidder should provide. Include major material below the list together with percentage for inputs. Major plant P1, hectare reference. Small equipment P2, skilled labor L1, unskilled labor L2. That is the percentage, right? So drawings is another section. Okay, I think my attempt was just to give some and some insights related to the design and build document, because we are talking bidding documents. You just got some insights how we should prepare the bidding documents, what is our part, what is bidder's part. That is not generally easy because there are a large number of schedules, information to be filled by the employer as well as the bidder. Bidder is all right, but as I mentioned at the beginning, we should have an expert team to do that. General people can't, fill up this information. They should have an engineering background or technical expertise to fill up this. Then the way we call under three envelopes in 1 and 2 and 3, we discuss what we expect from bidder under 1 and 2 and 3. That is generally my idea about the design and build. Any particular question if you have, otherwise we can go to supply and installation document as well. Any particular question you have?
So in the case of evaluation,
Okay.
let's say that evaluation time, the employer has made some mistake. He
Okay.
wrongly he selected that wrong contract. At that
Wrong
time,
contract means subcontract. Why?
no, at the contract, evaluation time, that
Okay.
bid evaluation time,
Okay.
maybe at the technical evaluation, they made wrong. Let's say that someone made the wrong evaluation
Okay.
and they selected the contract. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
At the time of execution, any defects we found that evaluation they made some wrongly. At
Okay.
that time, what action we can take, sir?
Number one, I said this marking is given by different members independently. Okay. The marking scheme we
Okay.
discuss option A and B independently, and the chairperson will not mark, and we see the mark given A, B, and other members, and see there are big deviations and discuss and come to a consensus. That means generally we all should agree to the technical evaluation. Okay. In your case, if we have missed, that means everybody should make mistake, not only one person. Entire evaluation committee made mistake. No, that is your point.
Yes, sir. My point is that evaluation committee had some mistake.
Completely, they have oversight or ignored some part. Can you give an example, little example? We can discuss. How we can
No, sir.
discuss
That what I previously also explained, that one, that is actually tender evaluation. That
Okay.
tender evaluation time, the employer made some. Wrongly he selected that the contractor. The
That
thing
means,
is,
when bidder is not responsive, and we have
yes,
considered that based on what documents? Because all
that
marks are
technical
given based on
evaluation. Yeah, technical
technical
evaluation times.
evaluation. No, technical evaluation. We
Methodology, sir. Methodology.
under
What you said,
methodology.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you said, sir. Minimum score should be required, no? That
Okay.
even
Minimum score should be required for each category. Each category.
That point, sir. At the time, I'm sure that they didn't meet that requirement, and the
Okay.
70% it is there 70%. But however, that what you said, that minimum each category it is not met
That
that.
is a wrong. That is a wrong evaluation. You are correct. That means they have not followed the document. Document very
Correct.
clearly mentioned bidders should qualify to each category the minimum requirement and the total marks, and the nothing can be left out, right? Nothing. Even though he get 90%, left out one area, he should not be selected. There are three points I mentioned. Each category should be responsive, minimum should be there, and the total should be there. So you are correct. Because of oversight or without proper understanding, they have got 70 marks or over 70. They have not considered one particular area. No.
Yes, that methodology, it is what I said, sir, that it is
Yeah.
functionality is there, but the
Yeah.
efficiency is not there. So
Yes.
at that time,
Then
they
he would
have to
have not
reject
been
this one.
selected. They would have not been
Yes,
selected. Now the
yes,
problem, you say, now we have awarded the contract. Now it is not easy these days. If you have made a mistake, the other people will appeal, and that will be investigated. Whatever the reason, if the contract is given to a wrong person anyway, by wrongly evaluated or without considering the methodology part or whatever, what is the repercussion? What is the implication? How we
Now, sir,
resolve?
now the case is that contract is challenging that his methodology he already given that
Mention.
methodology and you accepted. The employee has been accepted, and
Okay.
that's
Now
what
it
he
is
is asking
now
for
it is a
variations.
dispute, right? Now it is a
Yeah, it is
dispute.
a dispute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then that should be solved by the adjudication or adjudication board, right?
Okay.
Has it gone to adjudication, that
Not
particular
yet,
case?
sir. Actually, it is it's still that now. I'm in a engineer. Post contract stage. I'm in the engineer
Oh,
side. So
okay.
we given our observation to the contractor that it is not the variation as per the contract.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he requested as he requested as a contract. Variations.
I
So the
think in most cases, if you go to dispute, that employee will, lose. That is the normal
Employee will
experience.
lose, no, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
employee will
Even
lose.
go to arbitration or litigation, employee will lose because that is your responsibility to look at the correct information and reject him if he's not responsive. But anyway, that is general idea. Employer all the time, employee will lose, not the bidder, right?
Correct, sir. Only the
Okay.
thing is, employee, given that his position while he is giving his scope of work as well as the tender queries, he is very
Yeah,
clear what is his requirement. Only the
yeah,
thing
yeah,
is, contractor submit something else and he accepted. That
yeah.
is,
So everything is very clear. That is our duty to evaluate correctly, no? If it is
yes.
not technically responsive, why we selected it? That is against the guideline and against the bidding document. It very clearly mentioned how we have to see the responsiveness. No?
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay.
Excuse
Shall
me,
we?
sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
yes.
one thing I
Okay,
need to clarify.
okay,
Responsive bidder,
okay.
after arithmetic
Errors.
error correction,
Okay,
the corrected price is higher than the bid price.
okay.
The awarding should be corrected price or the bid price.
Always. Can you remember during our evaluation? I think you are a permanent participant. We discuss how we do the evaluation. At the first thing, we disclose the bid price at the bid opening, right? Maybe TV is on, my dear. Somebody, TV is on.
Yeah, disturbances there, sir.
Yeah. Someone's TV is on. Please, please off the TV, somebody, please. Hello, hello. Oh
Through
my
the
goodness.
iPad is open on the.
Who's?
Okay.
So you can do that mute by yourself because you are host. You can do that iPad that now he is on
Okay,
his
okay,
mute.
okay.
Okay.
The point, as he said, if there's a arithmetic errors, whether bid price increase or decrease, we'll have to do the correct correction. So at the bid opening, we disclose some price. After detailed evaluation, we did some corrections, arithmetic errors also. And when we come to the last point, award price. Award
Yes, sir.
price is equal bid price, original bid price, plus or minus arithmetic errors, minus discount. That's all. Nothing else. So bidder has given 10 million. After arithmetic error, 11 million. That's the contract price. There is no harm. There is no other change we can do. We have to pay 11 million. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right, okay. Finally, we'll discuss quickly about the other document. What is the other? Oh, it is there. Right. Can you see this? Supply and installation contract?
Yes, sir,
Yes
we
or
can
no?
see.
Yes, yes. Because the problem is we don't have a document. Like SIDA document, we don't have a supply and installation document in Sri Lanka. Anybody tell me, have you ever used the supply and installation commissioning or plant or something? Anybody from this group? Have you ever used this document to procure supply and installation part? Anybody has experience? Okay. So there is no other way rather than using a foreign agency document, World Bank or ADB. Those are similar documents. I selected ADB document. You can download the document if you want. That is supply installation, single envelope, single stage and two stage. Both documents are available. Okay. Under single stage bidding procedure, bidders submit bids in one envelope. You all know that. Containing both price and technical proposal. The envelopes are open in public at the date and time advertised in the bidding document. The bids are evaluated and following approval by ADB. In the ADB now, we can say P කියලා දාමු අපි. P, the contract is awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined the lowest evaluated කතන්දරේ අපි කියන එක. Okay. The two-stage bidding procedure, the bidders first submit their technical proposal and only technical in accordance with the specification, but without prices. Because that is the foreign agency's thing. But we have a exception for that. We can use two-stage, two-envelope method also. Initial price we can obtain. Okay, if you look at our guideline. The technical, even ADB also mentioned that. That means two-stage, two-envelope. Here, two-stage only. They are not talking about envelopes. The technical proposals are open at the date and time advertised in the bidding document. The technical proposals are evaluated and may be discussed with the bidder. Because this is two-stage. No, I always said why we use two-stage. We are not sure about the specification or the requirement we need. Maybe more complex things. We get clarification or things like that. Or deficiencies, extraneous provisions, and unsatisfactory technical features are pointed out to the bidders whose comments are carefully evaluated. Right? So in the first stage, if we come across any deficiencies, we can discuss with the bidder. Okay. The bidders are allowed to revise. Adjust their technical proposal in the second stage to meet the requirement for the employer. The objective of this process, this is a normal thing. The objective of this process is to ensure that all technical proposals conform to the same acceptable technical standard and meet the technical solution. Okay, that is the purpose. Okay, technical standard. Okay. Whatever it is, that is the point now. Don't worry other things. The ADB standard bidding document plan documents are intended to be used for the procurement plan through international competitive bidding. That is what I have used. The contract involves what? Design, supply, installation, commissioning. All parts are included. Especially engineered plant and equipment such as turbines. Some example: generators, boilers, electrical switch yards, etc., etc. Pumping station, all example. Telecommunication systems, wastewater treatment plant, and similar projects are examples for this kind of plant. This is coming under works category. The value of the plant and equipment represents the major part. Value of the plant should be the major part because it includes some construction part also, right? So if the construction part is higher, we should not use this document. We have to use the works document, right? The nature and complexity of the plant and equipment is such that the facilities cannot safely be taken over the employer without comprehensive testing. Okay, that's why we use this. The nature and complexity of the plant is such that the facilities cannot be safely be taken over by the employer without comprehensive testing, pre-commissioning, and acceptance procedure being followed. That's what we use this one. We cannot accept the good without commissioning, pre-commissioning, etc., etc. The SBD plan document anticipate that the contractor is responsible each activity required to complete the facilities. Design, manufacture, delivery, installation, testing, commissioning, training, and required civil works, everything. There are many aspects of this. Contractor is responsible for activity required to complete the facilities. Example, design part, plant design, plant manufacturing part, delivery, installation, testing, commissioning, and training also, and required for civil works portions. However, these conditions may be adapted for single responsibility. However, conditions may be adapted for a single responsibility contract rather than going for different contracts. Where some activities such as part of preliminary design or site preliminary works are done by others. Preliminary design and can be done by others. That means subcontractors, right? Nominated subcontractors. The procedures and practices incorporated in the bidding speedy plan document have been developed through broad international experience and based on master bidding document. Always you must see this. There are master documents. Everybody agree to the conditions. For procurement plan, design, supply, installation, prepare the multi-development banks in MDB, harmonized version, and other public international financial institutions, and has the structure and the provision of master bidding document except where ADB specified consideration have required a change, right? Except where ADB specific consideration have required a change. The general condition of contract are based on the model form. International contract for process, that is also another one. Engineering Advanced Association of Japan, EAA, like FIDIC, right? FIDIC for works, no. This is plant as used in standard bidding document for supply installation plant and equipment for the World Bank, the multilateral development banks, but participate in the procurement harmonization process. Gratefully acknowledge the, okay. The role of engineer. Now, as found in SBD for works, is not included in this SBD. It is placed fulfilling the similar duties by the project manager. They use project manager instead of engineer, and the dispute board in case of dispute. Two terms, project manager and dispute board. The project manager is appointed by the employer. Project manager is appointed by the employer, like our engineer. To supervise and manage the contract on behalf of the employer to achieve the employer's objectives of the completing the contract. When appointing the project manager, the employer may either select a reputable firm of consulting engineers, experience in the particular field, number one, or appoint one of its staff as a project. If you have your in-house capacity, you can appoint your staff officer as the project manager. If ADB is satisfied, okay, forget about that part. The document foresee the nomination of dispute board, which role is to review and decide upon matter. You know, when the dispute adjudication board is there, is something you propose one name, the contractors propose one name, and both together propose another person. We see the dispute board whose role is to oversee and decide upon matters of potential dispute between the parties, where the parties, with or without the help of the project manager, have been unable to settle a matter amicably. The cost of dispute board, okay, cost of dispute board is shared equally. That is a normal thing now by both parties. Arbitration is resorted to only if the bid fail to settle the dispute through the dispute board. Then go to arbitration if not resolved. Okay. Preparing and issuing of this document. Same thing. The employer shall prepare the bidding document using the published version of SBD without suppressing the or adding text to the section of document that may be used without modification. That you know that. What is the thing we cannot modify? Which are section 1? Instruction to bidders. We cannot change. And section 7, condition of contract. All information and data particular to each individual bidding process must be provided by the employer in the following section of the bidding. So we know that section 2 will have to give information. Employer, you have to develop the evaluation and qualification criteria. Some bidding forms also, employer's requirement, special condition. Those are the 4 things. Now you see everything is similar, right? If you go other documents also, you see this is our duty. Here the full content is given under single stage bidding procedure. Employer will issue all things, evaluation and qualification, bid form, eligible country. Eligible country is World Bank or ADB one. Okay, now you are familiar what our role is. On the other hand, the bidder will submit the letter of bid, completed schedule as required, indicating the price schedule, completed schedules. Bidder will submit letter of bid, bid security or security declaration, alternative bid if permissible, written confirmation authorize the signatory of bids form. Document evidence in code of ITB 41 that the plant and service offered by the bidder in bid any alternative is permitted are eligibility, that is eligibility requirement. Document evidencing under the bidder's eligibility and qualification to perform eligibility and qualification both. Technical proposal according to the ITB 17. Documentary evidence according to the plant service offered by bidder. Confirm the bidding document. Confirmation. Confirm the bidding document. Joint venture agreement in case of joint venture. List of subcontractors, because it includes different components, works part also, other document required, all bidders part. Now you know we will issue this document and we do our part here. We do our part here. We do our part here. We do our part here generally. So based on that, bidder will provide this information. Then third part is the contract. After selecting everything, the employer issue the employer to and submitted by the bidder letter of acceptance we issue selected man, contract agreement, letter of bid and price schedule, part of the contract now, special condition, part of the contract, list of eligible country, general condition of contract, specification. You know, all are part and parcel of the contract. You know, the order of priority is given here. This is the priority. Letter of action number 1, agreement, price schedule, special condition. All others are also applicable based on the priority. If something goes wrong, first please look at this, then others, even specification drawing come later. Okay. Contractor to inform himself fully, but the contractor shall be deemed to have inspected and examined the site and its surrounding. That is his job. And all information in connection with the data made available to the general conditions, specification, schedule, blah, blah, and have obtained in his own responsibility and its own expense and additional information which is considered necessary. Obtain his own responsibility and his own expenses. Additional information requested. Considered necessary for the completion of his tender. Or we say bid. The contractor shall have satisfied himself as to the nature and location of works, the access, nature and location of works, the access of the site, general and local condition and all other matters which is any way affect the works. Okay, all conditions, local and general condition. That is his job. Security for due performance. Security for due performance. Security shall be according to the given format 10% of the contract price. That is performance security now. I just said 10%. To be jointly and severally bound with the contractor to the employer for due proper performance. The full amount of guarantee. He should give the guarantee for the plant. Shall be maintained until issue of a final certificate. Until issue a final certification, until issue a final certification is responsible. The cost of the bond shall be at the expense all in respect of contract. The contractor shall enter into the place provided in the schedule of prices, the name and name of the securities proposed. Okay. Drawings. The contractor shall submit the engineer to the engineer or the contract manager in the project manager. They say, for approval, drawings, samples, patterns, and new models. You should submit all sample, pattern, new models as may be called for in the specification within time specified. If no time specified, then with a reasonable time you have to submit. During the progress of works, as the engineer or project manager may require such drawings of general arrangement and during the progress, he should submit. Drawing in duplicate, quadruplicate, when approval to prints and all things should be given. Mistakes in information. The contractor shall be responsible for any contractor is responsible for any deficiencies, errors, and omission in the drawings and information supplied by him. See whether they have approved by the engineer or not. Okay, that is a very important point as we discussed earlier. We have requested, but contract has given wrong methodology. Here it's a provision. I don't know whether it is same in the design and build. That particular condition is there. But anyway, as we discussed earlier, that should have been rejected. The contractor shall, at his own expense, carry out any alterations or remedial work necessitated by reason of such discrepancies, errors, or omissions, and modify the drawings. Modify the drawings. Okay, that is his part. The employer shall be responsible for the drawings and information supplied in writing by the employer engineer. Employee is responsible to provide the drawing. Okay. Assignment and submitting. The contractor shall not, without the consent in writing, the employer assign or transfer the contract for the benefit of the obligation to any part. Shall not. Contractor shall not, without the consent in writing, what? Assign, transfer, assign or transfer contract or benefit or obligation to any party. The engineer sublet contract for any part thereof or make any subcontract with any person or person for the execution of any portion of the work. Engineer also sublet or contract any part is not done. Patent rights, because when we say plant, patent right is there. The contractor shall fully indemnify the employee against all actions, claims, indemnification, the insurance. He should protect the employer. The employer against the action, claim, demands, cost, charges, and expenses arising from by the reason of any infringement or alleged infringement of letter intent, patent. That is his responsibility. Manner of execution. All plants to be supplied and all works to be done under the contract shall be manufactured and executed in the manner set out in the specification or where not set out the satisfaction of the engineer or the project manager. Contractors, equipment and labor. Unless otherwise specified, the contractor shall at his own expense provide the contractor's equipment, material, labor, everything. The contractor shall be responsible for proper fencing, guarding everything. The contract shall be responsible for supply of electricity also, water, everything. However, the contractor may make arrangement with the employer to use make arrangement to use the proposed work. Such supplies of electricity, water, air may be available. Therefore, on the site, pay to the employer such use. The charges stated in the schedule. Okay, charges if they use our facility. Variation and omission. The contract shall not alter any of the work except as directed in writing the employer or purchase. The contract shall carry out such variation orders and be bound by the same condition. Rates for variation as per the rate specified in the schedule, where rates are not contained in the schedule, are not applicable, such sum as it is in the circumstance. So that is rates for variations. The contractor shall send to the engineer on once in every month amount of all claims. Once in every month, claims for any additional expenses. Okay. Contractor's default. If the contractor refuses to neglect to comply with any reasonable orders given by the engineer in connection with the work, the employer shall have liberty to employ other work. The employer shall have the liberty to employ other workmen and forthwith work execute such part work at the cost of the contractor. Bankruptcy. The employer shall be at liberty either to
Excuse me.
Yes.
So when he's going to deploy other workmen, is it necessary to terminate the contract?
No, not necessarily. We can terminate if under this situation. The employer shall be liberty to either terminate the contract forthwith by giving notice. No, this is not the case for termination. Clause is given. No, employer shall have liberty to employ other workmen and forthwith work execute such part of work at the contractors. So we can get it done without going to termination, right? Cost is recovered. I mean, if you terminate, it's a big process, and we are also in trouble now to give such a receiver, liquidator, or other person the portion of carrying out the contract up to the amount is agreed. Okay, that is how we can pay after termination. Inspection, testing, and during manufacture. The employer shall be entitled at all reasonable times during manufacture to inspect. During manufacture, we can inspect, examine, and test on the contractor's premises the material and workmanship and performance if all plant to be supplied under the that is our right. The contractor shall give at least 5 working days. That's how the document says. Days notice when he plant will be ready for testing. Okay, that shall provide free of charge, such as assistant, labor, material, fuel, apparatus, etc., as may be reciprocal demanded to carry out such. Contractor shall provide free of charge all facilitation for the testing. As and when the engineer is satisfied that any plant shall have passed the test referred to in his clause, he shall notify pass contract in writing. If after inspecting, examining the test in plant, the engineer shall decide that such plant or any part thereof is defective, is not according with the contract, he may reject said plant or part thereof by giving to the contract within a reasonable time notice in writing of such rejection stating the ground upon the said decision is based. Then we can take some action for termination and all. Delivery. No plant or contractor's equipment shall be delivered to the site until an intimation in writing has been obtained by the contractor from the engineer that delivery may be made. No plant contractor equipment shall be delivered to the site until an intimation is in writing has been obtained by the contractor from the engineer. Okay. No plant shall be delivered without the consent. The contract shall be reasonable for reception on the site of all plant and contractors' equipment delivered for the purpose of the contract. Delayed plant. Plant which may be delay or failure to part of the engineer to give intimation or delivery to the site at the time, and plant which has been delivered to the site but which be delay or failure engineer from any cause which the employer some other contract I'm preventing erecting. Okay, that is delay. Okay, we can take action now. Customs and import duties. Customs and other import duties on all plant and contractors' equipment imported by the contractor in identifiable lots and for the proper and specific purpose of the contract shall be paid by the employer, provided that employer prior approval is obtained. For each such import, this payment of custom and other import duties shall not be applicable for the item of plant and contractors' equipment obtainable in the country. Right. That payment import duties shall not be applicable obtainable in country. That is only for imported. As any elements of duty or inherent in the price of goods or service procured in Sri Lanka shall be deemed to be included in their rates. Okay, that they have to include into their rate. All contractors' equipment which is not incorporated in or expended in a connection with the works shall be re-exported. All contractors' equipment which is not incorporated or in or expended in connection with the works shall be re-exported, because international, if you use the ADB World Bank, that is duty free, no? That cannot be used here. On completion of the contract, or if not, re-export will be assessed. If not, assessed for duties in accordance with the current regulation. Then get the custom duty and pay the custom duty. Non-Sri Lankan personnel of contractor will not be required to pay custom. Non-Sri Lankan people should not be paid the custom duties in respect of bona fide personnel and household effect. Notwithstanding the foregoing, the contractor shall pay all the prescribed duties and charges, including custom duties, on all his contract equipment, tools, and the foregoing. Okay, he had a custom, all things he has to pay. Okay. Access and possession of the site. Okay, I think we have passed the time. Anyway, you just read out some couple of engineer supervision is there. Engineer's decision is there. Okay. Liability for accident. Okay, these couple of, not more, very few. Taking over finally, you can check how we can, take over. Right, I don't want to read everything because time is not sufficient. And finally, okay, this is a quick go through of the design and supply installation bidding document using ADB. Similar documents are available under World Bank also, but unfortunately we don't have document. So therefore we must be familiar if we want to use this procurement. Okay, with this I stop, but if you have any particular question, you can still ask. Okay. Yeah.
In case of repairing a high-rise building, like
Okay.
painting or something,
Yeah.
how will be the insurance cover for the contracted personnel? Because they
Yeah,
will
that is normal cover 110%, no?
because they will have to use scaffoldings or gondola something to go up and down. So is there a special insurance or
Normally, according to the works document, the contract should get an insurance for 110% of the contract value, no?
yes?
Yeah.
It is the
That
norm.
is, yeah. So what else we can? That is the insurance. That is protected. The risk is mitigated.
Yes.
The
All are
work insurance can need to take, no, sir?
Yeah, work in progress.
No, workers insurance that.
Yeah. That in addition, yes, workers. Yeah, if something happened to workers, that should be compensated now. Yes. In addition to the construction workers insurance. Yes, correct. Okay.
within the 110% that is not covered? No?
No. That is only for the construction.
No,
Okay.
it is separately they need to take.
Yeah. It is
Workers
only for the construction work. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
So shall we stop? Who is that? For lady girl. What is her name? How about our new program? We'll see. I have requested 2 more programs, especially so FIDIC documents. I identified a resource person for FIDIC engineer. I don't know whether it is allowed. If it is allowed, we can take another couple of sessions. One, this EPC turnkey and some FIDIC outline I can give. And anything and both project build, operate, and transfer using PPP. That is also important. Okay, with this I'll stop. We'll see how is in the future we'll do whether we have the time or not. Otherwise, we'll have to stop here. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I think you got some insight regarding the bidding document within this time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
night,
Good
everybody.
Good
Good
night,
night.
sir.
Good night. Good night.
Good
Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night.